Two men charged in brutal St. Anne killing following machete attack and shooting. Two men have been formally charged in connection with the gruesome death of a 21-year-old man who was attacked during a confrontation in St. Anne, then shot multiple times after the assailant allegedly summoned an accomplice, charged with murder, conspiracy to murder, wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony are 35-year-old taxi operator Lonnie Jackson and 31-year-old Sheldon Allen, otherwise called Tallstrap. Both men reside in St. Anne. The deceased has been identified as Jordan Miller, also known as Jay, a 21-year-old from the retirement district in Brownstown. According to reports from the St. Anne's Bay Police, the deadly chain of events began around 11 p.m. on Saturday, March 7th. Miller and Allen were allegedly involved in a confrontation when, police say, Allen resorted to extreme violence, using a machete to chop Miller on the head and inflict a serious wound. However, the attack did not end there. Investigators allege that Allen then contacted his friend, Lonnie Jackson. It is further alleged that Jackson arrived at the scene armed with a firearm and immediately opened fire on the already wounded Miller, striking him in the chest and face. Following the brutal assault, both men fled the scene, leaving Miller gravely injured. Residents alerted the authorities, and upon arrival, police officers rushed Miller to the hospital for emergency treatment. Despite medical efforts, the 21-year-old succumbed to his injuries. A subsequent investigation by the St. Anne's Bay Police led to the arrest of both Allen and Jackson. Law enforcement sources indicate that the breakthrough in the case came after several statements were recorded from eyewitnesses who came forward to provide accounts of the incident. Additionally, the police reported that the accused men allegedly gave caution statements admitting to their involvement in the crime. The two men now face a raft of serious charges related to the killing. Their court date is currently being finalized as the Director of Public Prosecutions completes a review of the case file. The incident has sent shock and grief through the retirement community in Brownstown, where residents are mourning the loss of the young man. Man believed to be of unsound mind shot by police in St. Thomas. An investigation has been launched by the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom following a police-involved shooting that left a 40-year-old man hospitalized on Friday morning. Reports indicate that the incident occurred in the Springfield district around 10:40 a.m. Law enforcement officers were in the area when an alleged confrontation developed between them and the man, who is believed to be of unsound mind. During the encounter, the man was shot and injured by police. Following the shooting, he was promptly assisted and transported to Princess Margaret Hospital, where he was subsequently admitted for treatment. As is standard protocol in incidents involving police shooting, Indicom has launched a full probe to determine the circumstances surrounding the confrontation and the shooting. Jamaica records 29% decline in murders and achieves single-digit weekly homicides. In a significant public safety improvement, Jamaica's murder rate has plummeted by 29% so far this year, with the country recording its first single-digit weekly homicide total in over a month, according to the latest crime statistics released by the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Data up to March 14th reveals that the homicide tally currently stands at 113, a sharp decline from the 160 murders reported during the corresponding period last year. The figures underscore what police officials describe as a continuation of the downward trajectory in major crimes across the island. The most encouraging sign emerged during the week of March 8 to 14, when the JCF recorded just 8 homicides. This marks a notable departure from the double-digit weekly figures that characterized the entire month of February, suggesting that law enforcement strategies may be gaining traction. The reduction in murders is part of a wider trend of improving public safety. Overall, major crimes are down by 24% compared to the same period last year. Statistics show significant declines across several categories, including shootings, incidents involving injured persons, rapes, robberies, and break-ins. Despite the national decline, the distribution of violence remains uneven, with a few police divisions accounting for a substantial portion of the killings. The St. James Division continues to grapple with the highest number of homicides, recording 16 murders so far this year. It is followed by St. Andrew South with 13 and Clarendon with 11. In central Jamaica, Manchester has recorded 9 murders, a tally that includes a double killing on Saturday night when 2 people were fatally shot at a bar. St. Elizabeth and St. Anne round out the divisions with the highest counts, each recording 7 murders. Conversely, 2 police divisions have managed to maintain a perfect record. According to the latest statistics, the Kingston Central and St. Andrew North divisions remain murder-free since the start of 2026. The latest figures continue a trend that the Police High Command has highlighted in recent weeks. Law enforcement authorities attribute the gains to intensified field operations and targeted policing strategies aimed at disrupting violent criminal networks. As the JCF maintains its focus on crime hotspots, the data offers a measure of cautious optimism, indicating that the sustained law enforcement pressure may be yielding tangible results in the effort to curb violent crime across the island. Second victim dies after bar shooting in Manchester. A weekend shooting at a bar in the land settlement area near Royal Flat has left 2 men dead, marking another tragic incident in a community still reeling from the murder of a 4-year-old girl last month. Police have confirmed that the death toll rose to 2 on Saturday evening after 21-year-old Damien Edwards, otherwise known as Damie, succumbed to his injuries while receiving treatment at the hospital. Edwards, a resident of Melrose Gardens in Manchester, was one of 2 men gunned down in the attack, which occurred around 3:50 p.m. He was shot alongside 30-year-old Yakini Shaw, a farmer from the Comfort district, who was also known as Yankee. According to reports, Shaw was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital, while Edwards passed away shortly after. The police report outlines that the 2 men were socializing at a bar when a motor car pulled up and a lone gunman emerged. The assailant immediately opened fire on the pair, striking them multiple times before fleeing the scene. The incident has cast a fresh shadow over the land settlement community, which has been on the police's radar since the shocking murder of 4-year-old Sania O'Brien on February 8th. The child was killed in a gun attack that also targeted her father. While the horrific killing of the toddler remains a painful memory for residents, detectives are working to determine if Saturday's double homicide is connected to that incident or other criminal activities in the area. Authorities have stated that a definitive motive for the latest shooting has yet to be established. However, investigators are actively probing several theories as they work to track down the suspect and the vehicle used in the attack.
Said it's a hard road to travel and a mighty long way to go. But Jah me blessed creator and him a go lead me to the way I know. Cause me say many gone alone some valley, and some gone where no water no flow. But it is a hard road to travel and a mighty long way to go.
Richard Patrick Bennett, better known by his stage name Charlie Chaplin, is a legendary Jamaican DJ whose name became synonymous with conscious lyrics and socially driven music during the rise of dancehall in the late 1970s and early 1980s. Known for his charismatic delivery, cultural themes, and unique style, Charlie Chaplin is one of the pioneers of the cultural dancehall DJ era, standing out for his positive message amidst a genre often associated with raw and edgy content. Charlie Chaplin was born in 1957 in the parish of St. Mary, Jamaica. Growing up in a vibrant cultural setting, he was deeply influenced by the roots reggae movement and the rich tradition of DJing that thrived in the popular sound system culture. Chaplin's career began in the late 1970s when he became a key figure on the sound system circuit, DJing for the renowned Sturgov sound system, operated by the legendary DJ U. Roy. His association with Sturgav allowed him to hone his craft and gain recognition, as his intelligent, humorous, and often socially conscious lyrics resonated with audiences. Chaplin's big breakthrough came in the early 1980s when he released his debut album presenting Charlie Chaplin in 1982. The album featured a blend of Chaplin's witty wordplay and cultural commentary, and it quickly cemented his place in the upper echelons of the DJ world. His style was notable for being more clean and conscious compared to other DJs of the time, a contrast that made him appealing to a wide audience. Songs like Diet Rock, Bubbling Telephone, and Mother-in-Law became hits, showcasing his ability to infuse humor into social narratives. He also collaborated with other prominent artists, including Josie Wales and Brigadier Jerry, helping to define a golden era for cultural dancehall music. Charlie Chaplin's contribution to Jamaican music is profound, as he was one of the first DJs to successfully merge roots reggae's cultural consciousness with dancehall's more upbeat, rhythmic style. His clean, positive lyrics earned him respect both within Jamaica and internationally, as he became one of the first Jamaican DJs to perform extensively outside of the island.
Suppose God no member you upon that judgment day. What if him no member you? Suppose God no member you. Suppose Jah no member you on that judgment day.